we're back.
Am I back? No,
People
I
in the
am not.
chat, let us know if Hooda is back as well, because that was the issue in the first place.
I can see the meter. I'm not back. I'm still the
You're not back.
same.
Well,
I'm
just
not
keep it
back.
going, because like I said in my footage, I still got the audio as well. Um, in this
Yes.
case, people in the chat will think, why is there questions being answered without the questions being heard? It will be
But
fixed after we go offline, so
original
bear with
soon
us.
after.
But yeah, man,
Yeah, soon afterwards. I will reload it and put the audio from. We still got the audio. So I'm
facts,
still here, y'all. We still with the legend right here. Dante Thomas, y'all better give that man a round of applause one more time, damn it.
facts.
Yes. Yes. On Valentine's Day, he could have
On
been
Val.
anywhere in America, breaking hearts. But instead, he's here with you guys. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Facts.
Well, yeah. Well, again, I know I sound like a broken record, but the honor is and the pleasure is ours, man. And especially on a day like this, where you, yeah, just like you said, could have broken a lot of hearts or performed somewhere. Thank you for joining us. But
Thank
the
you,
new
bud.
song, when did you drop that? Because you've been away from for a minute. When did you drop this latest song?
Well, here's the thing, right? For the last 10 years, I've been doing tours hardcore all through Europe and even Far East, Australia, Malaysia, Thailand, places like that. I just been very busy doing shows. And, one day I was sitting watching CNN. I was living in southern Germany. I have a flat out there.
Okay.
And I was living there. I was there and I was watching CNN. And here's the thing, my mother, my father, my family. I was raised. My grandfather on my mother's side. He was a sailor. He was in the war and also the Korean War. And also I have family in the Air Force as well as another uncle who's a Green Beret. And so I grew up in a family that we were very patriotic. And when I started watching things on the news, and I was starting to see a lot of people that just was not in love with America no more, and I didn't understand that. I really didn't understand that, and I was so touched by it. I said to myself, Dante, there's not enough venues that you could sing. That you would sing Miss California enough times or put on enough shows that you wouldn't be able to do work. I mean, I could put on work. There's not enough clubs in the world for me to sing in my whole lifetime in the world. Okay. So I always
Facts.
have somewhere to work. But I just said to myself, I want to do something that reflects how I feel about my country, how I was brought up. It has to be done in a way that reaches everybody, that unifies people, that doesn't segregate people. And that's where I came up with "Still in Love with America." The song was not written like 6 months before COVID. I wrote this song like 10 years ago,
Okay.
but
But
I
it
wrote it,
felt right. Felt the right time.
and for the last 10 years, I've been actually working on it. Like I would change a line here, change a line there, and then finally, when it came time to record it, is when I actually recorded it recently. But I'd been writing it and rewriting it for years to make it right until I just felt like it was completely polished and I couldn't do nothing more to it. And for me, this is just me giving back to people what the good Lord has given me my whole life, which is I took those talents and I want to use them to bless other people's lives, and especially in this time now where we're all hurting either financially or emotionally. And you being from the Netherlands, you might agree with me, you might not, but a lot of my friends in Europe, to be very fair, they love Americans, and they don't that maybe the politics. Nobody likes politics, so I'm not going to bring that up. But I mean, but really, it's like they don't. All my friends in Germany, for instance, they hate seeing the Americans fight against like black against white. They hate this. They're like, we love America. We don't like when you guys fight against each other. And you don't get
No.
along. And so. Um, with everything the way it's been, half the country is for this person, half the country is for that person. Really, I mean, it's time to unify people. It's really time to put down the sword and the shield and start loving each other again, and just remembering that America is a beautiful place, a wonderful place to live. Look, I've lived all over the world, and there is nothing like and I'm American, so I can say that, but there's nothing like living in a small town in America, going fishing,
Facts.
going hunting, and clean air, clean water. And let me tell y'all something. There's things about America that are uniquely for America, and people from other parts of the world, they want to see New York and LA, and they want to see South Beach, and there's nothing wrong with that. Disneyland, this kind of stuff. But some of the most beautiful things about America are things that people don't talk about. Like, for instance, the Mesa Verde, the Indian ruins in southern Colorado, in Durango. You can go down there, and I mean, literally, the Anasazi Indians 2,000 years ago carved complete cities out of the side of canyon walls and that sit above the clouds. And you can't. I mean, this things like this that are uniquely American, especially the Native American culture here that is so freaking beautiful. I freaking love it. And me living in Idaho, you get experience to this kind of stuff. Or when I was growing up in Utah, you go to southern Utah, there's certain things you could just never see anywhere. Escalante staircase and things like this, Angel's Landing. There's just so many beautiful things about America that I just think people are missing. I mean, I live 2.5 hours from Yellowstone National Park.
Oh, my goodness! Hey, man, they have the is that the underground volcano or something that could kill all America or something?
Which has been out of due for quite some time now, right?
Yeah. It makes the water. It makes the water warm. It makes the water actually warm. The rivers, the Madison River is amazing. You can go fly fishing on the Madison. Hey, listen, there's places I've been in, Yellowstone Park, for instance, or even up north in Montana. You go out into the woods. It's so quiet. You don't hear a car. You don't hear a horn. You don't hear nothing. And then nighttime comes and you're camping out. And you look up the stars. There's no lights from the city to stop you from seeing all of the stars. Even where I live in my small town at night, I look up at the sky, and that sucker is just full of stars, And so, needless to say, there's a lot of beautiful places in the world, and I've visited a lot of them. But I mean, for me, there's nothing like coming back home.
I was just about to say, there's no place like home. I think when I would have traveled the world, it would still be the same for me. Well, I feel you. And to come back to your first beginning of your answer, I do love Americans as well. I've been with the station for over 4 years now. Been dealing with this bozo here for all those years. So yeah, man, there's a lot of love for me towards the States as well. Never been. I want to go, but at the same time, you have seen Amsterdam. For my imagination, everything is way too big over there for me.
Okay. Well, don't go to
scared of tall buildings and stuff.
Texas.
Yeah, definitely don't go to Texas. Woo.
Okay, well, noted. Well, whenever I go, I will first have to visit this bozo after all those years. But if I have the chance, I will travel the rest of the country as well, man.
Right on.
He's a chicken, man. He's a chicken. He's not ready for the American experience.
Doesn't want to fly over to Amsterdam.
Oh yeah. I am a chicken. I'm a chicken with the wings and everything, fried rice, all that with it. I don't fly. But in the same boat, do you prefer industry or independent?
Depends on how much money's involved.
Okay, fair enough. So you have no problem with the industry?
No, I don't have no problem with the industry. Just like I don't have a problem with pretty girls who want to be stuck up sometimes. Beautiful girls. It's the part of the game. You don't hate.
Good analogy.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. And if you don't hate the game, then you're right in pocket. It's all good.
Okay. You got any long time relationships with the people you met over the years? Anybody that's like a good friend you can hit up? I mean,
I have a lot of them. I mean, but a lot of the friends that I've made have been people that aren't necessarily famous. They're just like chefs and people that are in the what's the word? What would be the word? Service world. People who like run hotels and stuff like that. I always tried to make it a point when I would go to certain places like that. I always wanted to talk to the folks that didn't get the shine, but were the magic or the wind beneath the wings. The magic behind the scenes. I'll tell you one thing, for any up-and-coming artist, one of the best advices I could ever give you when you're getting ready to go on stage is do not piss off the sound man. He is your best friend, because if you make him, you're going to sound like shit for your whole performance.
Have you made that mistake before? Is it speaking out of... have you made that mistake before?
Yes, I have. I didn't mean to do it. I had a couple beers in me at that time, and, I let my ego get the better of me, and, you being 22 years old and full of adrenaline and just feeling like you're the man, and you walk into a certain venue and you're not being humble enough, and you'd be surprised how many times my microphone cut out that night. Taught me a good lesson.
So what's the worst experience in all those years?
The worst experience in my whole year, it was it was probably in Queens, New York City, and I went to this Jamaican club, and man, I got up on stage, and I realized I was the only white guy up in there, and I said it on the microphone. The worst thing to do. Not a bunch of Jamaicans.
Well, you
They
made it out
shut,
alive.
they shut my shit down so bad. They booed me off stage before I even had a chance to sing. And my manager, he's Jamaican, and he says, "Why did you say anything like that?" I said, "I didn't mean to, man." He goes, "Never do that again." I said, "No, I'll never do it again." No, I learned lesson the hard way. Some of the best lessons though you learn the hard way, and that was one of them. One of them. But that was a tough one. That was a tough one.
So let me ask you something else. Do you
Yeah.
think it's easier now or back then to make yourself popping in the music industry?
Well, that depends on how talented you are.
True. Does it
Because
still depend
you're
on talent nowadays?
here's the thing, if you're talented, it's easier. But the definition for me, talented, is somebody who can rap or sing uh, without all that extra stuff on them. I mean, I relate singing nowadays to kind of like a child. When a child is born, you put them on their belly and they just lay there, and then they learn to roll side to side, and then they start pulling themselves with their arms like they just got shot up in a war, and then it goes from that to crawling on their knees, and then from that they stand up and they fall, and they walk. This whole process from crawling to running, it doesn't happen right away. There's all these steps in the middle, and technology, unfortunately, gives the average singer the ability to bypass the middle learning curve. But that middle learning curve is what actually makes you a great artist. I always say auto-tune and Melodyne, they can make good singers great, but great singers gods.
True.
But I hate auto-tune. I hate it. I'm a hater of auto-tune.
I used to hate it, but I don't mind it because it's a part of the scene. It's a part of what they do. And for someone like me who's an accomplished singer, because I listen to the old school way of singing,
Right.
when I can really go in there and just, they'll throw it on or something like that, and I can just nail it in one time, and just be completely more into the emotion than I am about the technical side of it, and it just comes out. Sometimes auto-tune makes your voice do things that you normally wouldn't do, which is interesting. But when it comes to live, I'll tear it up all day long.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I like feeling.
Live with a microphone with me in front of an audience, I'll rake the yard with that sucker every day.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, that's right. Yeah. That's right. I hate auto-tune. I didn't mean to say that again. I really hate auto-tune. I love emotion. I'm for where artists, you can hear the breathing, the passion, everything they have. Auto-tune give you a robot or something. Yeah. That's what I say.
It's a style. It's a part of the scene. I mean, look at it this way, fellas. It's like this. Back in the day, it went from what 8-track to cassette tape to CD. And now the big thing is MP3, right? But the thing is MP3 is such a low quality, anyways. But that it's like norm. They start to mix records like it sounds like an MP3 because they want it to have that quality. It's really crazy. It's interesting, but it's interesting at the same time. It's interesting at the same time.
Yeah, I hate auto-tune. No, let me stop.
What you said? What?
I can tell the auto-tune companies right now. The auto-tune and Melodyne companies go, never send them any progress. And
you're right.
Products. They ain't send you nothing now. They'll be like,
they can have it. They can have it. I don't support it. I don't like it. I hate auto-tune. I tell artists that use auto-tune, I hate auto-tune.
Yeah.
So that
speaking of styles, you've changed your style throughout the years. We mentioned it earlier in the beginning. It had some Latin influences. Later on, it had some house influences, if I'm not mistaken, if I can call it like that. And now it's more to the countryside, right? How did that progression came along? It was,
It wasn't planned. You know what it is? It's the best word I could put it in one word is evolution. I mean, I think it's important to evolve as an artist. It's important to try new things. I mean, look, I don't care how good someone cooks a steak. Sometimes you just want a taco.
Man, you're good with the analogies. I like
he is.
Good with them, like
highlight reel.
Yeah, stuck up chick. I like that. You got game, man. You got game. You got lots of it. But I can imagine what your phone got. You know what I'm saying? And
well, the thing is this. My conversations with some females lately have been some interesting ones. There's this one name. Her name is Sierra May. She's in Salt Lake. If she sees this, Sierra, you need to hit me up because I actually tried to hit you up yesterday on the phone, and You didn't get on the phone. I come to well, she said she left her boyfriend, so she told me until I called her phone and the guy answered. I felt bad about it. I didn't want to get her in trouble, but Sierra, trust me, if it ends up you're a pretty girl, and if you end up leaving him,
Hey, that's game.
give me a call.
Oh,
Hey,
oh,
he
oh.
just plugged her. Hey, salute to him, man. Hey,
Hey,
call
he's
us,
smooth
brother.
with it, man. He's smooth with it.
He's
So
good.
now we
Good.
know what's on the horizon with the females. What's on the horizon music-wise?
Well, you know what, fellas? It's kind of like this. You ever been a kid? You walked out into the woods or somewhere in the neighborhood or wherever you live, and you just kind of start walking. You didn't know where your feet were gonna take you, but your feet wanted to take you somewhere. You never know what's around the bend or what's under a rock. You just want to lift it up and look. So for me, I can't really say what the next kind of style, what the next song should be or nothing like that, because truth is tomorrow ain't promised to no one. So to be honest with you, I just live in the moment. I live in the moment, and whatever touches me or tickles my fancy, if you will, or just rubs me the right way, I want to run with it. And whatever I'm doing, I have to live it, and I want people to feel it too. Because like I said before, I'm very aware of the fact that musicians and singers, we make the background music to people's lives. And that needs to be held in high regard, and we have to understand and not take that responsibility lightly. It's a
True.
very big responsibility, that you have to carry respectfully, in my opinion.
Well, so how you feel about the lack of content nowadays, even in R&B, soul? It hasn't. Well, for me at least. Maybe I'm listening to the wrong artists, but
R&B is dead, man.
yeah,
Here's
I didn't want to say it. But
what it is.
It's
Here's
dead.
what I don't think it's dead. I just think the people that are pushing the buttons at the top ain't letting the other stuff through for whatever reason. But I mean, the R&B that I loved growing up to, like when I was in my 12, 13, 14 years old, Guy and New Edition, and then Jodeci when I was
Yeah.
like 15, R. Kelly's early stuff. I'm not gonna hate on R. Kelly. His personal life is his personal life, but the dude is
I
a
love
master
R. Kelly
musician.
hey,
music. I
his
don't
music
care.
still
His
bangs.
music, his
I
vocals are
still
amazing.
play
He's a
it.
great, this stuff. But the point is this: they're out there. They just need. I mean, no one can't tell me that 24 Karat Magic by Bruno Mars ain't hot as hell. That shit is hot
That
as
shit
hell.
is
It has
hot as
been
hell.
Facts.
It is.
hot as hell. You know what I'm saying?
With
And
auto tune song.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's good. And
It
the thing
depends how
is,
you use it.
but there's stuff out there. There's stuff out there. It's just you know what it is. People, here's the thing. Here's the thing that I think people miss. This is the thing, and this is the truth. And this is another reason why I did Still Love America, y'all, is because this generation, and Dante Thomas said this generation has no heroes. Where is our Marvin Gaye? Where is these young kids? Is Michael Jackson? Where is their Beatles? Where? You show me. I'm not saying
True.
that there's some not great artists out there, but you got to show me where they're the people that they can really look up to and say, man, these individuals, these men, these women, these people, were unbelievable. The Whitney Houston's and the Mariah Carey's. I mean, she's still around, but you know what I mean. Like, where is this generation's Beatles? Where is this
Yeah.
generation's Marvin Gaye? Where's this generation's Elvis? Where's this generation's Michael Jackson? Where? See, this is what they're missing. They're missing heroes. That this
True.
generation needs heroes. They need, and
Yeah.
I stepped up. That's what me doing pretty much is Still Love America is me stepping up to the plate and giving it my best swing. I mean, uh, I mean, y'all don't know me really, but I mean, if you really would see my day to day life, I mean, I post it on social media, but even the things that you don't see, I'm not a perfect man, but I'm a man of integrity. The things I say, I do. And I would never ask anybody to walk a mile that I wouldn't be willing to walk with them myself. It's unfortunate we live in a world where most people are a mile long and an inch deep. And the thing is we just need to have a little more integrity in our words and a lot more love in the way we express those things. And as far as musicians and singers, we need heroes. So calling all heroes out there. If you are in the sound of in the reach of my voice, it's time to put on your cap and start thinking about what we can really say to this generation that will reflect it. Um, and there are records out there that do it, but it's every once in a while. I want to see an artist make a movement out of it. I mean, look at it this way. Imagine if someone like Justin Timberlake and Usher did a gospel album. What kind of, as an
Mm.
example, what kind of impact that would have on people in general. You know,
Hmm.
I,
Mm.
and that's why I have so much respect for Kanye West when he did that gospel album. He stepped out of his zone, what people were expecting him. A lot of people cut him up for it, but I thought it was great. And it's all about elevation. And see, that's the one thing. That's the one thing that separates the stars now from the stars then. You see, the stars then, they could give you the Beatles. They could give you a song about love. They can give you a song about dancing, but then they could also give you a song about changing the world
That's
and
my
meaning.
favorite band, by the way, the
You
Beatles
know,
show.
they knew how to feed. We got to feed the people. You know,
Facts.
you know, what's that? Yeah, Khalil Gibran. He did a book called The Prophet, and in that book, it's a really amazing book, and it talks about music. One of the chapters is about music, and musicians, and Khalil Gibran. Anybody don't know Khalil Gibran, The Prophet? It's a great book, but it talks about it.
Mhm. Well,
The,
hey,
the, the,
Fair
the,
enough.
the music the music is the clothing for the soul. That's pretty much what the gist of it.
do you
Yeah,
play any
nowadays
instruments?
everybody is chasing that one big
Oh, go ahead.
viral hit instead of putting out content. So yeah, I'm with you
Yeah,
calling out all the heroes with actual content. Make
yeah,
music great again.
yeah, for sure.
Now, do you play any instruments?
Piano,
Piano. Okay, okay,
but I
okay.
wish I'd have picked up guitar because it's hard to carry a piano on your back.
You
Ah,
look like someone who could
that's.
play along with a guitar,
I
though.
thought you would have said guitar. Yeah, you
Yeah,
come off
I
like you
should
could
have.
talk a
I should
mean
have picked
game
up a
with a guitar.
guitar. I should have picked up a guitar. It's just like at the time when I started listening to musicians and stuff like that, piano. It inspired me more at the time. But I wish I'd have picked up a guitar because it's so easy to just pack up a guitar and go versus a piano. Because of that, I never really got good at piano. I just use it to write now, melodies and things like that.
Okay.
Melody structure, find the chord progressions maybe that I couldn't find when I'm writing, that kind of stuff.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
One more from me. This is
Okay.
Hooda for the radio can't hear me, but it's okay. Uh,
Okay.
heroes. You called out to the heroes.
Hmm.
Did you dial your own number as well?
Do I what?
Did you dial your own number as well?
As
Calling
far
all
as it,
heroes. Did you dial your
yeah, of
number
course.
as well?
Of course, that's where Still in Love with America comes from. But I was kind of always an artist like that. My second single was called Fly, and the lyrics are, "You gotta fly, break the chains that bind you to the ground, and try to let it go. Be happy with what you found. Fly, mend your broken wings so you can take flight. And if you want to go, I'll go there with you tonight." Like I've always written records like that. I've always written records. I just didn't know I was doing it, but I always wrote records like that. Um, but as I've gotten older now, I was able to actually see what I was doing, not just
Oh,
not just feel it, but see it.
right. But my
Hmm.
whole question was, did you know you're a hero as well? That's the point.
Oh,
Like
the
you're a
question.
hero of mine. You're a hero to his parents. When he found out who we had coming up, he was like, "Yo, my mom and dad
Yeah,
gonna want to sit in
I
on this
told
one
him he
too."
was lying. I
You know,
thought someone
said,
was using your sample. I was like, it's not him. It's
and I
not
said,
him.
"It is
It's
him.
not
It
him.
is him."
If someone
I
is
said,
using his
"It is
sample, it's not
him."
him. That's what I said. And then yeah, I looked it up, and it was actually I was nah, man. So I
He
told my
wasn't listening
parents,
to
and they
nothing.
were fanboying right away because yeah, I'm a '90s baby. I'm 30, so I
Yeah.
grew up to your music, and so yeah, because of them, so they were
I'm an
stoked.
'80s baby, so I actually remember your music. I'm an '81 baby,
Don't do me
40.
like that, man. I still got a
I
good.
really remember when it came out. I was just saying, I had just graduated not too long ago, like 2 years before. I had
I
just got
was
out of high
11
school.
at 2000. It came out in 2001, right?
Yep,
2001.
I
Yeah, I was
graduated in
11.
'99. I graduated in '99. I was 18. What are
Yeah.
you saying? Nah, let me.
No,
Uh,
that I was old enough to actually remember the song, and yeah,
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
thanks for that,
So
man. Thank.
you don't have? Did you ever ask the randoms? The this or that's the
um, I asked a couple. I still got one or two. Let me
uh
see. Is
Greg, give me
suffering a necessary
brother.
part of the human condition?
Is what, brother?
Suffering, and what would people
Is,
who
is it
never suffer
necessary?
be like?
Is it necessary?
Yeah,
Absolutely. It absolutely is.
I'm
Here's
with you
here's
as
the
well.
reason why. We taste the bad that we learn to prize the good.
True. And I also think that people who don't learn it the hard way come to a big surprise when they actually step into the real world. If you know
So,
what I'm
like my
saying.
mom always said, a hard head makes a soft ass.
yes, and I always say a hard head and a soft ass makes a human because everybody's head should be hard and their ass should be soft.
Well, either that or a Playboy bunny, one of the two.
Ah, I'm trying to pimp it out with you.
Wow.
I'm done. You got it. You got it. You got the game. You got the game.
Wow.
You got the game. I read white flag. I mean, excuse me. Yeah.
I've dated a couple of them too in the past, but I won't say their names because they might get upset.
You the man, bro. You are the man. If ain't nobody told you are the man, you are THATHEDA man. Period.
Thank you.
However you want to spell it, man. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. And you've been a treat, man. This
I
this
was
went
looking at the
by
time
too
as well,
fast,
58 minutes.
man. God, this
2
went by
minutes
too
left.
fast.
Mm-hmm.
2 minutes left. This is crazy. Would you care to give your social sites and where people can find you besides on
y'all
radio?
you can find me on so my my company's website is DLTtimezone.com. You can buy the single there actually, and also you can get it's on 2 course, so that goes to everything. But as far as my websites, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff, it's all Real Dante Thomas or at Real Dante Thomas.
Keeping it simple. Okay.
Keep it very simple.
And keep streaming his new song.
Can we hold you for like 5 minutes after the show stop, just so we can build just for 5 minutes? Do you have extra? Okay, cool, awesome. Because that'll be cool. I would love to build behind the scenes, just so a good 5 minutes. That's all. After that, we'll let you go back to your fishing and all the good life, man. The American dream, living off the land and all that.
I don't know if y'all fishing up, but here's this thing, right? I mean, the town I live in. I have a reservoir here, and there's a waterfall over here too, under the reservoir, right?
Nice.
And I live a 5-minute walk or a 1-minute drive of my truck to the Snake River here in Idaho. And where I live, they're pulling 100-pound sturgeon out of the water, 8 feet long, 100-pound sturgeon. Where I live, the fishing is legendary, man.
Nice, man.
5-minute walk from my door.
Woo.
Hooda's probably on his way by a week.
Yeah. I gotta go to Idaho. I didn't even know they had anything out there. I swear.
Yeah, they do.
There's a stereotype on certain states and Montana, Idaho.
Like it's all about potatoes and pretty girls with big butts. They got that too.
Oh my goodness, man! You gonna get me in trouble on Valentine's Day? I'm married.
He will be there in 2 days now.
One thing you don't know about Idaho is this: they got some beautiful Mexican girls out here too, though. Because a lot of the Mexican families, they went from California, moved right to Idaho. It's beautiful. But the world's full of beautiful people. But Idaho is a beautiful place.
Of course.
It is.
Sounds like you really picked a good place to live, man.
I did. Well, actually, God.
All right.
But anyways.
IBJ, you go ahead and do your due diligence of ending the show. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Again, it was an honor. Hopefully, we can do this again in a couple weeks, couple months from now.
Sure. I'm be open to it.
For us, it was bananas. Hooda, even though the people couldn't hear you for most part, I will fix that as soon as we go offline. So we got you on that part as well. But yeah, man, there was the Rilla Show with yours truly, Dante Thomas, with Hooda and your boy IBJ.
But at the same time, y'all tune in this Wednesday. Mzilla has an interview coming Thursday. The Female MCs radio show is popping off again Friday. Hit your boy Moody with our music streams. Saturday, I may have a Black Panther, y'all. It's going to be pretty interesting. Next Sunday, True Knowledge. Salute to y'all, man. And definitely go check the programs that we done this week on demand. We had Mzilla show. We had the Female MCs show. IBJ had an interview. Who was it with?
Today, last week at H316.
Oh yeah, you had the follow-up.
Yes.
Facts. And then I had a very great treat. My artist was over in Hawaii enjoying the good breeze, Drama G. And then today we had a legendary legend.
We sure had.
AKA, he got a lot of game. You know what I'm saying? AKA, he got a lot of game. And things, he's a fisher. So, he know the water is big and there's a lot of fish in the sea. So happy Valentine's Day to all of y'all. It's been bananas. Much respect to the brother that came out and showed love to the platform. This is War Stories Radio Live, the only station you show love, you get love. Yes, sir. And we are out here.